Right, pretty people of the world, we are back for Monster, episode 63. Same lighting, as you can see, same lighting. I thought I'd keep it thematic, and we are going to jump right into it. Last time, we saw a little glimpse of Nina. We had our dentist die, unfortunately, which is very sad. We became a little bit political last time. Let's see if we keep being political or if we start being I don't know, psychological again. Well, it's not like the two are not connected. So an unrelated murder is the title of this. I do wonder what it's all about in general, if it refers to the murder that happened last time or if it is something different. Let's find out. I would appreciate if you like and subscribe the video if you feel like it was to your satisfaction. That always helps me a lot to boost me a little bit in the algorithm, make me visible to more people, right? And yeah, other than that, let's get it started. We're gonna start this episode in a 3, a 2, a 1. Give me a sec. Sorry, false start. Once again, 3, 2, 1. Oh, we're investigating this, okay.
やはり犯人の狙いは州知事でしょうか。参加者は要人ばかりだ。ほとんどに敵がいるだろう。
They don't even know what he was actually after, or who.
例のコンベンションセンター発砲事件で大騒ぎだな。
死んだ犯人の身元は分かっても誰を狙ったのかが分からないんですよ。
おお、犯人の身元分かったのか。
再開発地区の司会ですって。
歯医者か。嫌だな。
どうかしました？
いや、定年後まず行こうと思ってたのが歯医者なんだ。毎日忙しくて今まで行けなくてね。物騒な歯医者はごめんだな。
警部、こっちです。
ああ。ノルトラインベス。
Nordrhein-Westfalen, huh? Shout out to Dima. Literally doxing somebody? Okay, cool. Alrighty then. Dinger. Taxi driver, okay.
97年ビルカー投資銀行行員殺人事件。96年
Okay, so we have unrelated, seemingly unrelated murder cases.
殺人事件。いずれもデュッセルドルフ近辺で起きた殺人事件で容疑者として手配中。よって同容疑者をノルトライン・ベストファーレン州に移送することをここに申請する。
Alright, detective?
準備はいいか。はい。
Or inspector? I don't... Doesn't matter much.
出なさい。
I mean, I'm sure it matters. Maybe somebody in the police enforcement can tell me if there's a difference, but I think it varies from country to country. I'm not familiar enough with like German police structure. Actually, more familiar with like American police structure through media.
この車両は禁煙だって言ってるんだ。
ああ。その道徳心でもってまっとうに生きてりゃな。お前、その手で何人やった？
Rush counting.
かけがえのない命を指で数えられたんじゃ。殺された人間も浮かばれんな。
Doesn't feel like a person who doesn't take a life seriously though.
明日で定年だ。まあ、地味な刑事人生だったが悪くはなかった。 これからは女房と庭いじりでもしてのんびり暮らすさ。人生ってのはそんなもんだ。お前がそういうささやかな他人の人生を壊しちまったことを悔いてほしいよ。
俺に唾を吐くような人間でもか。アードラー通りで乗せた客は降りるとき唾を吐きかけたんだ。
I mean, would you kill somebody for that?
お前それだけで。
人に唾を吐きかけるなんて人として最低だ。
Alright, never mind.
ゲレスハイム駅から乗せたカップルなんてもっと最悪だ。俺の車の後部座席で本番始めやがった。俺の車の後部座席でだ。だから二人とも殺した。汚い言葉を吐き続けるアル中の若造。
People that annoyed him, basically.
他人の悪口をまくし立てる化粧臭いババア。いろんな奴が俺のタクシーに乗ってきた。奴らみんなクズだ。
It was like budget check the Ripper.
それじゃあ一つ聞くがな。ビルカー投資銀行の銀行員殺しはどうなんだ。彼のどこがクズなんだ。勤勉な仕事ぶり、誠実な人間関係。
Or so you think.
家庭を愛するあの銀行員。お前が彼を殺したおかげで彼が告発しようとしていたある財閥の収賄スキャンダルは闇から闇だ。
Oh, he was an informant?
あれは後味悪かったな。
Okay.
見ろ、偉そうに天中みたいなことを言ってるが、所詮自分を正当化しているだけだ。
あれは仕方なくね。
Were you forced or compelled or blackmailed?
それは言えないな。
Tell me if I'm annoying you by eating, by the way. You would probably kill him just for smoking the cigarette, right?
の前でタバコを加えるな。殺すぞ。
何がお前をそうさせちまったんだろうな。
That's just a question.
俺はもともと正しい考えの持ち主さ。ただそれをちょっと後押ししてもらっただけさ。あの日、男が公園で犬を散歩させてた。
Okay.
犬がクソをしただけで、その男は犬を蹴りつけた。
Oh, holy shit, dude.
蹴られている犬は
I mean, I would have killed him too.
クソをしただけなのに、俺は男を止めた。気がつくと、俺は警察に取り押さえられていた。
He snapped.
そこへ一人の男の子が現れた。
Holy shit, no.
警官にこう言った。その人は悪くない。犬を連れていた人の方が先に手を出したんだってね。
Johan.
俺は警察に連行されずに済んだ。俺は男の子に礼を言い、家まで車で送ろうと言った。ところが帰る家なんかないって言うんだ。おまけに公園の茂みから妹まで連れてきた。双子のね。まあしょうがないってことで二人を俺のアパートまで連れて行ってね。おかしなことに部屋で上着を脱いだら二人ともパジャマ姿だった。まるで病院から抜け出したみたいだったよ。そういや男の子は頭に包帯巻いてたっけ。あの
Was rambling.
食った後ニュースを見てた。いつもの独り言のように俺は悪態をついた。くだらない世の中に、くだらない連中に、クズは死ねってな。そしたら男の子は何と言ったと思う？あなたは正しいって。そしてこんなこと言うんだよ。
そんな人たちいらないよ。
The eyes, holy shit.
俺はその時解放されたんだ。
It's insane how
それでその時からお前は殺しを開始したっていうのか。
insane how like a couple of words of Johan are just influencing people, despite them maybe not being impressive. But I guess that's maybe
お
just
疲れ様です、警部。
that's maybe just what we need, right? What he needs, right? In this specific moment, Johan is able to see what kind of words or what kind of argument is gonna quickly put somebody on a path that is at least probably gonna make them go down a certain direction. That is a skill. To be like, okay, I know exactly what to say in this moment to get them to do either what I want or to get them at least to go into a direction that I want to send them in. Be that out of an impulse to destroy, right? Maybe as a child at this point in time, he wasn't just like playing the puppet master, but more like puppeteering a little bit, right? Destroying by making other people destroy things more chaotically, more experimental. Or be that out of a plan, right? To set things in motion to actually, down the line, be the one who has the upper hand, who has the influence, who has what they want.
最後の仕事も無事終わりましたね。
ああ、あとはデスクを片付けるだけだ。
本当に長い間ご苦労様でした。
なんか気が抜けるよ。まあ、未解決の事件もあったけど。
Oh, wait. Is one of his unsolved cases connected to Johan? The missing children? Is that it?
妹まで連れてきた双子のね。二人ともパジャマ姿でさ、まるで病院から抜け出したみたいだったよ。
あの晩のこと思い出せないかな。
Bro, don't do it. Don't do it. Also insane that we saw him before.
なんでも君の名前はアンナ・リーベルト。そうだね。
そういや男の子は頭に包帯巻いてたっけ。
あの双子の兄弟がどこにもいないんです。
Bro, don't do it. Don't do it. Just don't get involved, okay?
あ、警部。
え？
I'm not religious, by the way, but rip, dude.
そうだな。11年ぐらい前かな。
どんな見た感じはどんな子供たちだった？
そりゃ綺麗な顔のブロンドの双子さ。
なんてこった。あの時失踪した双子の兄弟。
His unsolved case.
天満事件の重要な鍵を握る双子。参ったな。定年まであと30時間か。
吸血鬼か。
Just one more case, dude. One more case, please.
それで13人も。君は血を吸わなければ生きていけない。しかも処女のな。なるほど。それじゃあ一つ聞くがね。3ヶ月前の件、フランクフルトの雑貨店の娘、フリーダ・シェリング。彼女の血も吸ったのかい？いや、確かにね。君の言う通り、これまでの君の相手は少女ばかりだ。しかも、ご丁寧に彼女たちの素行調査までして襲っている。君がいかに処女の血を必要としていたのかがよくわかるよ。ところが、このフリーダ・シェリング、年齢は21歳。見た目じゃまだまだ10代に見えるがね。しかし問題はそんなことじゃない。彼女、フランクフルトのザイラー通りのカフェで16の時から働いていた。
Okay. What is he getting at?
名門ギムナジウムのすぐそばでね。彼女、そこの男子生徒たちのマドンナ的存在だったよ。
She wasn't a virgin? Is he gonna try to prod that?
17の時子供を産んでるんだ。噂では ギムナジウムの生徒の誰かが相手らしいということだ。出産後、彼女の親は雑貨店を開店した。腹ませた生徒の親が金持ちで、たんまり金をもらって店を出したってもっぱらの評判だ。知ってたんだろ？その他の件ではあれほど少女たちの調査をしていた君だ。処女の血でなくても。
Poker face.
あれは後味悪かったな。
なぜ彼女を狙った？
本物にあったんだ。
本物？
What's the real thing? What do you mean? Him. Okay, Johan?
血を取り巻くコウモリ程度でしかないと。彼こそ本当の本物だよ。
その男に頼まれたのか？誰なんだ？どこで出会った？
フランクフルト郊外、グリースハイム。
Listen.
どこにでもあるような公園がある。その公園の砂場に彼は木の枝で女の名前を書いた。
But why her?
で、俺は実行に移した。
誰なんだそれは？
だから本物の吸血鬼だよ。
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised the way Johan looks.
4ヶ月前のエーリヒ・クレンペラー氏殺害。ニーダーザク選手でだけ指令を受けていたはずなのに、なぜこの一件だけフランクフルトまで出向いたのか。
Frankfurt, Darmstadt.
これも宇宙人からの交信かい？宇宙人は急に気が変わってフランクフルトまで行って人を殺せと交信したのかい？それとも何か他に理由があったのか？
Rudy's on the case.
クレンペラ
It's
ー
like he's going
な
in.
かなかのくせ者だからね。東西冷戦時に東ベルリンから亡命。ここ数年は食品貿易の仕事もうまくいっていたようだ。ただし彼には東から西へ養子の斡旋をしていたという噂がある。まあ早く言えば子供のいない西の金持ち相手に東の子供を売りつけていたんだ。
Shady
交
dealings.
信じゃないんだ。直接会ったんだよ。
Face to face.
感激だったよ。本当に宇宙人が目の前に立っていたんだ。
An alien.
UFO はどこに着陸したんだい？
グリースハイムの公園だ。
Fucking Griezheim.
彼の言葉は宇宙の言葉だ。だから僕に分かりやすいように砂場に文字を書いた。
The patterns.
あんな感激、あなたにも味わわせてあげたいよ。
Rudy is like, holy fuck. They're not paying me enough for this.
お疲れ様です、バイスバッハ警部。
おう、
いよいよ定年まで秒読みになっちゃいましたね。
どうせ厄介払いぐらいにしか思ってな
I
い。
was thinking the same
そ
thing.
の通り。だから今日はめでたい厄介払いってことで、パーッと飲み会やりますよ。
なんだか悪い酒になりそうだな。
Alright.
あの男は？
ああ、ドクター・ギーレン、犯罪心理学
I always forget his last name.
例の連続殺人のタクシードライバー、ディンガーに面会に来たそうです。
誰かの依頼か？
いえ、論文のためとか言ってましたよ。その道の権威とかで、お偉方に顔が利くらしくてね。
Rudy got influence.
で、君は自分のタクシーから降りるとき唾を吐いた客を車で引き殺した。
ああ。取り調べで何度も話してるが、俺が殺した連中はいらない連中なんだよ。
Interesting how there's always a narrative, right? Like a threat.
正しさか。
Some truth that they believe in.
聞いてもいいかな。いつも取り調べで饒舌な君だが、ことビルカー投資銀行のオーベルト氏殺害に関しては歯切れが悪いようだね。他の殺人に関しては君なりの正当性を述べた供述が記録されている。だがオーベルト氏の殺害だけ明確な理由を一言も述べていないんだ。
Is Rudy gonna get it out of him?
あんたとはもう話したくない。
どうでした
Apparently not.
ドクター・ギーレン。バイスバッハ警部です。ディンガーの口から何か学術的に興味深い発言でもありましたか？
いや、これまでの長所の枠を出ませんね。では。
実は私もあの男からどうしても聞き出したいことがあるんですよ。私は今日
Bullshit.
定年を迎える身なんだが、これを聞いておかないとどうにもすっきりしない。学術的に見てどう思います？怪物のような子供がいて、それが成長して子供の頃世話になった男のもとへやってきて。
怪物のような子供？
Rudy's like, I'm listening. I'm listening.
話なんだが。
詳しく聞かせてください。その話。
なんだよ、二人揃って。そっちの学者さんとは話す気はないと言ったはずだぜ。
私はまだ刑事だ。今日いっぱいはね。これは取り調べだ。昨日も聞いたが、例の双子の話だ。その子供にお前、解放されたって言ってたよな。もしその子が成長して、お前の元に戻ってきて、何か頼み事をしたとしたら、
What would you do?
お前はその頼み事を
Would you listen to him? Is he gonna smile? No, he looks away. Defensive, avoidant.
オーベルト氏殺害は誰かの依頼でやったんじゃないのか？
There's the poker face slightly
誠実な男。
breaking.
オーベルト氏はそういう男だ。お前の言うところのクズとは程遠い男だ。
彼はある財閥の収賄スキャンダルを告発しようとしていた。彼をクズというなら
Scandal that
君の犯罪の
Johan might have been
正当性は
involved
崩
in.
壊するぞ。
依頼なんかされてないさ。
It wasn't. Okay.
彼と俺の間に言葉なんかいらない。
彼？
きっとあの銀行員は彼にとっては
He was scum to him. Oh, okay, this is interesting.
なぜ？
彼は正しいからさ。
その彼
Didn't even need to say
例の
anything.
双子の子供か？
その彼とはいつどこで会った？
グリースハイム、その町のある子。
We saw him a park. Again.
グリースハイム。グリースハイムの公園だよ。
彼は砂場の砂に名前を書いた。
Sandbox. Name.
何も言わなかった。だが俺には分かった。この名前の男を殺せってことだな。言葉なんかいらないんだ。分かるんだよ、俺たちは。こんなやついらないってことがな。
Fanatic.
どういうことだ？あんたが面会した3人が同じ依頼者によって殺人を犯してるって。
全く無関係の連続殺人に組み込ませることで3件の殺人が意味をなさないよう。
Classic Johan.
3件の殺人の意味？どういうことなんだ？詳しく聞かせてくれ。
天馬もニナもフランクフルトへ向かった。ヨハン。
Does he want them to be killed?
フランクフルトで奴が何かを始めようとしている。
Is that what he was just saying? Interesting. But why now of all times, right? Because, I mean, obviously Nina and Tenma can't be directly influenced by Johan. But Johan knows very well how they tick, so he could still manipulate them. Like, I'm kind of split between he wants to kill them, which he had plenty of opportunity at different stages. Or more likely he wants them to act a certain way to actually get whatever he wants. Also very interesting imagery that we have here with like the moon. It almost feels like We are in dark and empty spaces now. And the kid is like looking at the monster. As if he's making peace with it. Or maybe even like as it shifts towards the kid, we do have like the monster being put in charge, basically. The kid being like, you go, you do it. It's also very interesting how, in a way, Johan isn't just using his own monster, whatever that might be, but he's interestingly enough communicating with all of the other monsters inside of people and talking to them directly, almost over like over the head of the people themselves. He's talking to their monsters directly, almost, if you want to like get metaphorical and poetic with it. Oh god, you again! Holy shit, dude. Get out of my face. And baby meeting with, I don't know, Langer? I doubt it. But some woman. Alright, let's turn it back. I don't know how much I'm able to talk there. Right, we got enough. This was pretty self-explanatory, to be honest. Really cool angle. Include everybody. We have to almost, like, we're creating this fisheye effect because we want to have a wide angle of everything, right? Like, but it's an inward fisheye, interestingly enough. It's not like the, well, inward is not a fisheye then, but you know what I mean, right? The angle is like tilted. It's different. And we have the man right here in the picture, but nobody knows. Nobody is aware of his existence. It's funny how we're almost looking through the window inside of like a private investigative like conversation. I do love how we're basically like we're doing many of these scenes, because it's oftentimes it feels like it's very dynamic, right? Switching angles, having different people in it, right? He's immediately walking around the corner while he is like deep in thought and going forward, although he has the same destination. It's like, oh wait, yeah. Alright, Aegon Targaryen. No, that's not it. Taxi driver. Murder. Weird sense of justice, and it's the monster inside of him. And Johan, I guess, saw the moment when the monster broke out of him, and he's like, I can get this guy. Right? I can put him on the right path. It's all very interesting how old habits die hard, right? Like he wants to light a smoke and he doesn't realize this is a no smoking area. It was around the time when people realized smoking is really bad for you, and like we had some policies that were meant to protect people in the public spaces. Before that, like a lot of like these train wagons and restaurants and whatever, it's all everywhere is like smoke, right? And you just walk through it. No wonder like some of the generations had so much lung cancer and similar stuff, like health issues, just due to like passive pathogens. I mean, it's still bad enough in certain regions. Bro is almost retiring, but he's still on the case. Look at that. The smile he has, like the self-righteousness. To believe that he's in the right? He seems a lot like an impulsive person to me. Right? Like, he has maybe the okay-ish morals of what's right, what's wrong, right? Not liking people who kick their dogs or who abuse or who do something like are disrespectful, but like what the pathological thing about this is obviously that he can't control his temper. And apparently he snapped at some point, and this is when he stopped controlling his temper. I do wonder if as a child or a teenager he had that before, right? But he was able to withstand the impulse. At some point in time, through stress and personal circumstances, maybe past trauma triggered by a present event, which is like the dog being kicked, kind of awakened this sense in him, right? He couldn't hold himself back anymore. He snapped. He actually blacked out, which has to be a really, really strong emotion then, right? But instead of being told, hey, look, this wasn't okay, right? He goes to prison for a while, and then it's like, and he gets out and he's trying to make things better. No, right? A kid was there and it's like, oh, no, he attacked first, right? Lies for him, covers for him. Basically no punishment that comes from that, right? No negative consequences. And then the boy's like, I get it, these people, right? And then he's saying the exact things that he's supposed to say in order to get him where he wants him. Like I said, it's almost like he's speaking to the monsters inside of people. And we all have our dark sides, right? And I think the important thing, at least for me, myself, right, my personal opinion is embrace the dark side, right? Embrace it and accept it for what it is. And then try to deal with it rationally, right? Like, obviously, you can, like, everybody has frustrations. Everybody has hate inside of them. Everybody has anger and sadness and all of these things. Those are human emotions and they are okay. And if we restrict ourselves, if we like prohibit ourselves from feeling these emotions, then we're externalizing them, which oftentimes means that it's a very unhealthy behavior, because either it bottles up inside of us until it breaks free, right here, this case, or it materializes in some other way. For example, a lot of research shows that especially like obsessive compulsive behaviors are connected a lot to the rejection of your own intrusive thoughts, right? Like that you are, like the way our thought processes go. For example, a good example is oftentimes a mother of children being overwhelmed, right, and stressed and whatever, and then in a moment wishing the children weren't there, right? They wouldn't exist. And then being like, and a second later, their morality coming in and being like, oh God, I can't think that, right? I am not allowed to think that. I'm such a bad mother, right? And then the process goes on. You're putting so much pressure on yourself, right? And so you feel like you need to show some kind of behavior in order to relieve that tension and pressure and that guilt that you're feeling from having thought that, right? So you have some kind of compulsive behavior that is oftentimes connected to that, sometimes not, right? That relieves the pressure short term. The problem is it doesn't eliminate the root cause, which is that you're blaming yourself for the thoughts you have. And so without accepting that this is a human thought, that this is human behavior, you're kind of putting yourself into the problem that these thought processes, like these thoughts that are irrational thoughts, right? Irrational, intrusive thoughts that most people can distance themselves from, they're coming more and more often because you don't want them to come, right? And you strictly forbid yourself from thinking that. And then they come. And it's making things worse, right? And that's like how the compulsive behavior starts to spiral, right? And you know it's irrational, the behavior, you know it's stupid, you don't want to do it, but you can't stop doing it. And that's very interesting if you think about it, right? I think a similar pattern can be applied to just like trying to deny our own nature in a way, right? Like I think the best approach is to accept all the parts of yourself, even the ones you don't like, and accept them and be like, okay, this is just human, right? This is how I am. And then rationally deal with them. It's not bad if you're thinking bad thoughts. It would be bad if you're acting on them, right? It would be bad if you wouldn't contextualize them and be like, all right, this is stupid, right? Because a healthy human being, right, they're thinking something like that, And then they're like, well, whatever, right? Because people think about these grotesque things all the time, right? Murdering people, or like destroying stuff, or disrespectful things. But then a moment later, they're like, oh yeah, stupid thought, right? Like, it's not really what I think deep inside of myself. And they understand that, right? And they understand that this is normal. Or maybe some people, like, they are a little bit sadistic, and they understand that, but they're like, okay, you know what? This side of myself, if I'm doing, like, if I'm displaying it in a wrong way, it could be problematic. But I'm not, right? I have healthy behavior to deal with that, and that's fine. But yeah, this is where the monster's coming out, right? Where Johan convinces that the monster was right all along, and that the rational thoughts they're thinking, and the weird, like, sense of, like, aggression they have, and that this is the right thing to do, and that their crazy conspiracy theories was actually right. Like the guy later on, who is clearly psychotic, who believes, like, conspiracy theories with aliens and whatever, and he's just reinforcing him in his behavior and playing into it. Mentally vulnerable person that you manipulated into committing murder, even if he maybe would have done so in other cases as well, right? Or has done so. Yeah. Like, I thought in the beginning, when we had, like, him telling this story, this is when we, like, zoom in. A really good trick, because this is, in my opinion, the exact thing that we need more in media in general, because it's like a behavior. We're talking about twins, and he's starting to talk about, like, what, like, kind of experience defined him as a person. And we zoom in as he keeps talking about it. And this is invoking in us who are somewhat media literate, right? People who are used to the medium. It's invoking in us the feeling that there's some gears turning inside of the detective's head, right? There's something about this story that speaks to him in the way that he's like, wait a minute. But it's not being displayed here right away, right? And that is masterful, like, direction, in my opinion, because we end the scene with, like, a shocking thing where we're like, whatever, and as our inspector ruminates on it, suddenly he gets this random flash. Well, not really random, because his subconscious was chewing on that all this time, and he walks out of that, and maybe he has, like, a little bit more free space to think freely, right? Like, to just let his thoughts wander, and suddenly his brain is sending a signal to him, is like, wait, this information is connected. And this is when he gets the hunch, he gets the feeling, he goes back and he's like, holy shit, I was right. Because even in that moment, he's still like, I could be wrong, right? Could be a coincidence, whatever. But what he is telling him, right, our suspect here, or our murderer, convinces him that this is a thing. Right? And somehow we always find a way to do it, right? We always find a way to bore ourselves, to dig ourselves into others' minds in order to get them to do exactly what we want them to do. Beautiful shot, by the way. Like with the tree in the background, like the shadow of the tree, which is reaching across, like to the name. But the name itself is mostly clear of the tree. It's just a couple of branches that are reaching him. This invokes so many things. First of all, it's like fingers, right? Like or like marionette strings, pulling your strings, basically. It's the looming shadow of Johan over you. It's a web of lies weaving you in, right? It's neurons, right? That too, or nerves, or blood vessels. It's a system. It feels complex. It feels connected. It feels intentional. It feels like, right? Like it's gotten you in its grip. And that's cool. Well, I want to see that because there's like a lot of, like, I live in Germany, so hello. Wolfsburg, Braunschweig, Hildesheim, Hanover, Göttingen, right? That's like northish Germany, not completely, but like more to the north of Germany. Hanover especially. And then we go down, it's like Kassel. Over there we have, what do we have here? I think it's like Saxony and Thüringen, whatever. And then we have like Hessen over here with Kassel, and I don't know if Eisenach, I think Eisenach is Hessen as well. We got Fulda, let me see, got Marburg, which is a big like university city. We got Gießen, which is also a university city. Then we got Frankfurt, obviously, which is the financial center of Germany, basically. Not in that sense that is like it. Financial stuff is spread everywhere in Germany, but like Frankfurt is the stock market, right? Like it's and there's like a lot of university that have like economic sciences and whatever as well. Then we have like Darmstadt a little bit further downstairs. It's almost like very close to, I don't want to say, I think Baden-Württemberg, I'm not quite sure, right? Over there's Wiesbaden, and then there's Mainz, which is the Rhineland, right? It's like Rhineland-Palatinate, I think it's called in English. And then like earlier on, we had this guy from like this police officer was from North Rhine-Westphalen, which North Rhine-Westphalia, I think it's called in right in this thing, and North Rhine-Westphalen is up there, right? Like if you look at the thing, it's like up there, over there on the left side border of where the Rhine is going, which is kind of in many cases, not in all of the cases, but naturally splitting us from the more French regions, right? The Alsace and other regions. Very cool, right? You can read a lot out of that, right? Like just little names of cities and whatnot. Karlstadt down there, which is a little bit smaller, to be fair. Fulda is a city which is actually named after the river which is going by, which is the Fulda. And then you have Bad Homburg, which I think is very this is like has a lot of like rehabilitation kind of stuff, I think, going on, if I remember correctly. So that's cool as well, right? You got a lot of like and the big like the yellow lines are the Autobahn, right? These are like the highways, basically the German highways. Yeah, cool stuff to see like that on a map for once, right? Because we talk about all of these things, right? Munich and like Hamburg and Düsseldorf and whatever, but we rarely see them on the map itself. So it's really cool to see that. Here we are, like Düsseldorf police station, right? But yeah, Rudy is like, hold on. You're talking about something very interesting here, right? And this fanatic grin again. I love that. Look at that, right? People with a purpose. They have a direction to go into. They have a hunch. And we are symbolizing that with like the floor, and we're walking towards a goal in a very, like a rather fast and determined pace as the shadows of us loom down the hallway where we are about to go, right? The light shining into our back. Yeah. That's cinematography. But yeah, that was Monster episode 63, I think. Yeah, 63. I hope you enjoyed this. Leave a like and subscribe if you do like my episode, my analysis, and all of that stuff. I always appreciate it. And I'll see you on the next Monster episode. Not that many to go, but I am looking forward to them. Most definitely. And I'm very curious how this is ultimately gonna end. See you soon. And by the way, thanks to all of my patrons. Flaming Shark, for example. Nathan Sink. For my 2 Masters patrons, and obviously Cardboard, who has been supporting me for a long time with a lot of stuff, and to all of the other people as well, right? Sal and all the people who join in and all the people who watch my videos on the weekly, right? Especially the monster stuff. I appreciate it. And I'm really happy to see all of your comments and all of your likes and all of your views in general. I'll see you soon.